Evening, everyone. Taiwo Makinde is my name. You are welcome to today's class, day 14 of Go Success Summer Tech Skill Academy 2026. Go Success Summer Tech Skill Academy 2026. We are in week 3 and today is day 14. So today, we shall be discussing or learning about formulas and charts in Excel. This week we started the Excel and the introduction to Excel interface, the MS Word and the Excel is what we are discussing this week. And yesterday we started with the Excel and the Google Sheets. And let's run through what we discussed yesterday. We talked about introduction to Excel and Google Sheets. What is the Excel spreadsheet? What is it meant for? What does it look like? That's like a very smart graph paper that we use in school, and the rows are what the structure or the grid of a spreadsheet, that is the row and column, and the interface or the intersection, which is the cell. And each cell has a unique address which appear in the name box of when you click on a particular on a cell, the active cell, so to say, and the address appear on the name box. And we see on the structure of on the structure of a spreadsheet, we know that it has a row that is about over 1 million row and over 16,000 column. That is what Excel spreadsheet, and it has in a workbook we can have multiple sheets. So that's what a sheet was. A sheet has over 1 million row and over 16,000 column. That is from A to XFD, and from 1 to 1,048,576 rows. So that is a sheet. That's a sheet, and we can have multiple sheets in a spread in an Excel workbook. We can have terminologies: the cell, the column, the active cell, the range, the worksheet, and workbook. And the data type as well. We have numerical data type and the text data type. So which numerical align to the right and the text data are aligned naturally to the left. So and that is that. And the formatting, so in Excel we talk about that as well. So increasing the width of the cell, the column wise, row wise, and so on and so forth, or adding border to the text, that the data in the text, so that it be visible and it be appealing to the reader when printed out. So that is that. Today now we're talking about formulas and charts in Excel. Formulas and charts in Excel. So what the student will learn today, you will learn how to write and apply sum, average, and maximum and minimum formula correctly, and create a bar chart from a spreadsheet data. Create a bar chart from spreadsheet data. So these are the basics. Don't forget, we talk about the basics of Excel. So we see about numerous formulas in Excel, and if from this basic one you can create other formulas as well. Now let's have the understanding of the formula. Now, a formula is an instruction you give to Excel sheet to perform a calculation. Basically, formulas are used to perform calculation in Excel, or to calculation or carry out a particular command. Carry out a particular task, so to say. So for every formula in Excel, it starts with equal to sign. So without equal to sign, Excel will treat such as a plain text. So no calculation will be returned. So and this is the single most important rule about Excel formula. It must start with equal to sign, and you type the word in capital letter. You type in capital letter, so you don't use small letter to format a formula you write formula in Excel. So this is very important. You have to put this at the back of your mind so that you will not run into error, because if any of what the character is missing, so it will treat it as a text, and it will not execute properly. So let's look at this is what the understanding what the formula. Now let's look at this data now. Let's just study it. We have the serial number, we have the year, we have month, we have highest value, lowest attendance, we have a monthly average, we have visitor, and we have offering. So this is what a record from a church, so to say. So that we want to look at. So I want to maybe work one of from it, pass some part of it, so to say. So that is it. So let's now move to the next one now. How a formula work now. We have studied the data what that I was in the previous page. Oh, this is the page now. Now you can see we have serial number in the A column, B column year, C column month, D column that's a value, highest value, E column, then F column, G column, and H column. Now you can see that in only all of that data they are numerical data except C column, which is month, which is a text data. You can see it aligns right and left respectively. So numerical in the right and the text data what in the left. Now let's move forward now. How the formula works in Excel. So now without formula, I'm still going to show you what the interface. Now let's look at what the text is. When you type 85 plus 90 plus what plus 78, so Excel will show it what as a text. Let's just look at it. Yes, because you can see it. No, in the B column. Yes, I think that's a B31. Check that B31. Yes, B31. You could see that it align it to the left automatically. So Excel treat it as a text, not as what? As a number. Now let's look at this. That's a C31 now. We can C31 and then look at the formula bar. Yes, the formula bar you can see is equal to open bracket 89 plus 90 plus 78. So and the answer is what? 257. So the Excel treats that one as a numerical data. You can see the difference now. So the one that we added, 85 plus 90 plus 78 as a text data. If it's calculator, you give this one to and you hit equal to it, it give you what? The right answer. But in Excel does not understand the first one, the former, but it understand the later to be what? To treat it as what? As a numerical data. So that is still on how the formula works. See on that formula work. Now with formula now we can see in the other, that's a C column. C column, as I've mentioned earlier. Yes, in the C column, when it was typed as a 85 plus what? Okay, plus this, so we can see what the result is. That you can see the result there. So using cell reference, that's the proper way. So now, based on what I show you now, where each cell is now, so it is reference and it give what the right answer. So now let's now look at that the data again. The data I show you previously. Let's now work from it now. Yes. Now, let's look at what the sum of the highest now. So that's what the totality of everything we have in that that's was it B? Okay, that's a B column. Yes, B column all true. So that is the sum there. Okay. Now still on how formula works, so to say. Okay, now let's continue on how the formula works. Okay, let's see some functions and syntax in Excel. Some functions and syntax in Excel. So now the syntax is that the sum and the range. The sum and the range. So when you hit the sum, then it's followed by the range. Now example is sum B2 to B10. Add all the number from B2 to B10. Then if you want to add a specific cell, then that could be handled as well. If you want to add specific cell, looking at yes, fine. Now let's look at this now. You can see, look at the formula bar. You can see sum. Sum is equal to that D2 to what? To D25. Yes. Sum is equal to D2 to D25. Yes. Sum is equal to D2 to at least you have what the sum, then what the range of what of the data, what of the cell you want to add. So it will add from D2 to what? To D25. It add from D2 to D25. So that is that's where we have I think that is a 636. So that's why we have 636 in the in cell C34 there, in cell C34. So let's move further. Let's move further to what you can see again. Now, in finding what that's okay, the average now. Okay, in finding average, so that's another one. Let's say average. So you reference is equal to average what the cell reference. So you can do what average that is average is equal to B2 to what to B25. So you find what the average. So the average can be found in different ways. You can know average is equal to what sum over what count. Total sum over total count. Now let's look at that. Let's look at that now. Let's look at that. You guys look at that. You can see what look at the formula bar. You can see sum is equal to B2 to B25 slash count of what so separately. So the what you have in what in cell C36 is the what is the sum. What you have in cell C37 is the what is the count, which is 24, and what you have in cell C38 is the average. You can see is the average, that is a C36 over C37. So it give us what that it give us that yes, you can see now, you can see it now. Start C36 over C37 give us what the average. So these are the what ways you can calculate the average. Look at it. So the way you can calculate what average, that is the syntax for average. So then and I've told you if you want to what the sum what okay based on what you have on the screen now. So you can see the sum and what and the average. So it's calculated what separately. So you calculate sum together then count. So sum to be what 48580 and the count is what 24. If you divide it, give us what 2024.1667 and so on and so forth. So that is that. Then you can do what the average straight away. It's still going to give you what the same answer. It's going to give you the same answer. So now let's go to about the minimum and the maximum now. The minimum and the maximum. So now from the range of the scores now, you can find the minimum, you can find the maximum. Don't forget when you are entering the formula, start with equal to, then mean. For in Excel, mean means minimum, then max means what maximum. Then so don't forget what to reference what the range, and if it's minimum now it will return the lowest value, and if it's maximum it will return the what the highest let's look at this now. Let's look at this max now. We are talking about cell D now, that's a column D now. The max now from D2 to D25 now. The maximum there is 59, and the minimum there, that's from D2 to D25. The minimum there is 49. And if you see down the difference now, that is C40 minus C41. So that gives us what? Then that's the difference between the minimum and the maximum there. So the minimum. So don't forget, if you want to enter the formula, please check the formula bar. Is equal to must come first, then open the function you want to carry out, then open the bracket, then the range of the cell that ought to be considered for that. Now still on what on the minimum and the maximum, and let's move forward now. So this is what the example. Yes, this example that we can use also. Just go through it. You can enter it into your own you want on your Excel page and work it out. So the formula is there for you to follow, so that you can use that one to practice aside the classwork or the task that's going to be given to you. Now let's talk about charts now. Creating chart in Excel. Creating chart from the data. So charts, also called graph, yes, that's a transform raw number into visual representation. So these are easier to understand, compare and present. So Excel sheets can automatically generate charts from your data in seconds. So you can generate charts from from your data in seconds. And you see that all the data that we work with, just few one, we generate charts from it now. So these are the procedure to follow when you want to generate chart, where you select the data you want to you want the chart that include both the label and the number. So the label is what is the text data, while the number is numerical data. So you select them, the range. So then you go to the chart. Then so from there you select the kind of chart you want. You want the type, the bar chart, line chart, and so on and so forth. You select and you do some format in there. So let's just go see how what it is now. Yes, let's see how what we can go through it now. You can see your screen now. Now I highlighted the maximum month, the minimum, and the difference, including their value. You may not see because what has covered. Then after that, you point to go to insert. From insert, that's the menu. Then you go to chart. You can see it's highlighted there. So click on the chart. Then these are the chart type, different type. Then I pick on this is okay. This is a column chart. So it's column bar. So this is column chart. I pick on the column chart, and this is what it gives. So you can see the chart now on the floor. You can see what we draw chart from is what is highlighted there. You can see it. Then that's the maximum, the minimum, and difference. So I highlighted the three, and you can see it from the bar now. So 59. So it is there even without formatting it and adding all those label. Without adding the label, you can see the highest, the middle one, and the lowest. So that is what chart does. So you see, even the person that does not go to school will know that this is the highest and this is what the smallest, and in that order. So then the one you see at the one beside it, that is the chart element. You can all those ones that I checked, that you can see here. If I uncheck it, they will not appear here. If I don't want the title, I will uncheck it. If I don't want the axis bar, axis title, I will uncheck it, and every other thing. So that is how to create chart from your data. You can see it is very simple. It's very simple to create chart from your data. So that is what you want to do today. So from using formula to run simple calculation in Excel, to creating chart from your data. So it is all very simple. So that is the end of the class today. So tomorrow we shall be talking about the capstone for the week. So it's what is running to an end. So week 3 as done. Please, this video will be available on the YouTube. Don't just view it, as I usually say. Like it, comment, and share. Then subscribe to that page, Gold Success Schools. So Gold Success Schools is the name of Gold Success Schools is the name of the YouTube page. So thank you. I will see you tomorrow.